What's going on, everybody? My name is Justin Godsey for Justin Godsey TV. Thank you so much for checking out tonight's video. Tonight, guys, we're here talking about the Arizona Diamondbacks as they have traded catcher Miguel Montero to the Chicago Cubs in exchange for two prospects. Those two prospects are two right-handed pitchers, one being Jeurys Mejia and Zack Godley. Now, these are two, mid-level prospects because Miguel Montero has completely fell off, at the second half of last season, and, he's not going to end up going out there and getting, a top 10 prospect. I don't think that, with the age Miguel Montero is at right now, being at 31 years old and a declining 31-year-old catcher at that, he's not going to end up, being worth a top 10 prospect. So they got two, mid-level prospects. I think that Jeurys Mejia and Zack Godley are going to be in the future plans for the Arizona Diamondbacks, as this Arizona Diamondbacks team itself is currently in a rebuilding phase, and Miguel Montero is that, that likely guy out. Now, the biggest thing is that with the Arizona Diamondbacks not having their legitimate catcher right now, who's going to end up coming up and taking some things over? There's a lot of options that this team has, but the Arizona Diamondbacks general manager, I can't even get that word out, Dave Stewart said on Tuesday that prospect Peter O'Brien, or today, I'm reading this right off of from Nick Pizziero on Twitter. He said that Peter O'Brien, who is still a young, up-and-coming catcher on this organization, is going to be their future catcher, down the line in the future. I am not officially up for that. I think Peter O'Brien is a great option. I think the Arizona Diamondbacks are a team that is going to obviously go out there and sign a free agent catcher. It's going to end up being a very low-name, catcher, because they really need someone to really come over and really take control, because this is a whole new Arizona Diamondbacks rotation a little bit when you look at it. Wade Miley, they got Josh Clements, Jeremy Hellickson. They don't have a veteran catcher that is familiar with, guys like Wade Miley, Josh Clements, Jeremy Hellickson, Chase Anderson, Trevor Cahill, Robbie Ray, Vidal Nuno, whatever the case may be. They don't have that catcher right now that knows, that rotation as well as Miguel Montero did. But when you really look at it, the Arizona Diamondbacks do have Tuffy Godsey, who, he's a big fan favorite out here because I do, attend a ton of Arizona Diamondbacks games. I watch it along with my Giants, but there's not a lot of chemistry between Tuffy Godsey and the entire rotation. I think if the Diamondbacks want to go with Tuffy Godsey, it's not going to be the right option, because he's not going to go out there and get you a productive year. He's going to have maybe a below-average year at best. That's what you'll be getting out of him. That's why he's a backup catcher in this league. But the Arizona Diamondbacks could be going into this free agent market, the trade market, and end up trying to get a catcher. I was thinking maybe that the Diamondbacks and the Cubs will be switching over catchers, because Wellington Castillo is still he's still a rising catcher in Major League Baseball. Why not give the Diamondbacks a rebuilding team, a very young rebuilding team, and give them a guy like Wellington Castillo, because they are in much dire need right now of a catcher. But if the Arizona Diamondbacks do want to stay within the system, there's a guy who I've been a big fan with. He's probably my favorite minor league baseball player right now. Yes, he does not play for the Giants. He does play for the Arizona Diamondbacks. He is in their farm system, and he does play catcher, and his name is Striker Trahan. Striker Trahan, he has been in the farm system for the past 2 years. He's playing at the Hillsboro Hops right now. 2014 was not exactly his most notorious year, but he has great power numbers. He's going to be a guy that's going to be should be called up to the major league level within the next 2 years. I think he should be in the rightful future plans. He's going to be a guy who's going to end up taking the MLB by storm. You're hearing this right now. I think that Striker Trahan is going to be the next big thing in Major League Baseball. Last year, he had 19 home runs, 74 RBIs. His average, kind of fell off in the second half. He finished the year off with a 212 average. It's not great for a catcher. He's more of that power hitter. He's going to go out there and get you some home runs. I think the most he's hit in his entire, minor league career was actually in 2014 with that 19 home run year. He's going to wow you. He can really hit the ball. He can get you a solid average at the end of the year if he plays the entire year. He flip-flopped between two teams. He got promoted from the lower level up to the Hillsboro Hops. So the Arizona Diamondbacks are working with him very well. I think that Striker Trahan is going to be the better option down the line. No disrespect over to Peter O'Brien, but I still think that Striker Trahan should be that team's legitimate starter going down the line. I'm thinking maybe 2 years down the line. I think the Diamondbacks can really work with another catcher, but I think that Striker Trahan should be their catcher that they have in mind line, going down the line, 2 years down the line. Let him develop a little bit more down the farm system. He really needs it, after having a very disappointing second half of 2014 this past season. He really needs to build up that bat, get that average back up until they could consider bringing him up. So let me hear your guys' opinion about that. Do you think the Arizona Diamondbacks are a team that should go with Striker Trejon? Do you think there's a better option out there without Miguel Montero? Do you think that Miguel Montero, going to Chicago Cubs will benefit that team a whole lot? Because the Chicago Cubs, like the Arizona Diamondbacks, are two, redeveloping teams. They're trying to get, they're clearing house. They're trying to gain as much, what they can get through trades or free agency. And the Arizona Diamondbacks have done that. They got Jeremy Hellickson, like I said. The Chicago Cubs are just, trying to get into John Lester, trying to make them their primary ace. So there's a lot of movement going for both teams. And I don't think that this is going to be the last time we hear either teams, making moves, signing, trading, whatever the case may be. There's going to be a lot more coming as the winter meetings are into day 2. So let me hear your guys' opinion about this. My name is Justin Godsey.